at the Constitutional Convention. There were 55 delegates, some of which included George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, and James Madison.
This morning on the Today Show, our featured guest is Gloria.
Hi.
Hi, how are you, Gloria?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay, so our first topic is how did the Constitution deal with slavery?
You know, it's super interesting, actually. The Three-Fifths Compromise, it basically said that 3/5 of the black population in the southern states counted towards the number of representatives in the House of Representatives. And also, the slave trade of 1808, it was the migration of slaves, and it was allowed before 1808, but the traders could be taxed. And then the Fugitive Slave Act, it was in 1850, and it was a compromise between the southern slave owners and northerners, and it said that if the slave escaped to the north, they had to be returned to their plantation.
Okay, and do you happen to know how the Constitution was ratified?
You know, I do actually. It took 9 out of 13 states for it to be ratified.
Okay, and finally, what are the Federalist Papers?
Well, they're quite fascinating. It was 100 essays written by Hamilton and James Madison, and they were basically just trying to convince the people to ratify the Constitution.
Okay, that is all for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Megan and Andrea, tell us
Hello. How are you? I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So tell us exactly what the Northwest Ordinance is.
The Northwest Ordinance was creating new states within the Northwest Territory.
It also established and governed the Northwest Territory.
Okay, and would you mind explaining to everyone what the Land Ordinance was?
It laid the foundation for future American land policy.
And you can't forget that our land was systematically surveyed prior to sale or settlement into townships.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, Rick.
It's a pleasure. Okay, we're gonna...
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is why they wanted to scrap the Articles of Confederation, and that was because the Articles were too weak and they could not control the people. The government could not tax or enforce any laws. This was very evident after Shays' Rebellion, which let them know that they needed to set up the Constitutional Convention. Stop. When the Constitution was written, Federalists and Anti-Federalists quickly took their place. While Federalists supported a strong central government, Anti-Federalists feared this, and therefore they demanded a Bill of Rights. On one side, they had the Virginia Plan, and the Virginia Plan was in favor of the larger states who wanted wanted representation based on population because they had a larger population. And the New Jersey Plan favored smaller states, and they wanted representation to be equal so that larger states could not get more representation in government. This resulted in the Great Compromise, also known as the Connecticut Compromise, and that said that the House of Representatives would be based on population and the Senate would be based on equal representation. Under the new government, there are 3 branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. And they had checks and balances to make sure that each branch didn't become too powerful. The last thing worth mentioning on my show tonight is the Electoral College. The Electoral College was designed as a way to choose a president, and it was a way for the people to think they're participating in the government, but really aren't, because the government thought the people were dumb, and so they had electors choose the president. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Pocahontas?
Yeah, Pocahontas. Tell us, how do you feel about the Constitution?
I like that they're not taxing us, but I don't like that they're taking it.
Oh, great answer. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. I just wanted your opinion on the Constitution.
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like being taxed, and we need a Bill of Rights. Hey, do you want to wear a dress that makes you look like you're 80 years old? Do you want to wear a stiff old dress that makes you look ugly? No, of course you don't. Do you want to wear a dress that's pretty and makes you feel younger? Of course you do. Okay. Ta-da! Introducing the Not Your Grandmother's clothing line. It's hip, it's fresh, it's pretty. Buy yours today.
Hi, I wanted to know how you feel about the Constitution.
I like it because we get more representation from the slaves. They're counted as 3/5 of the population.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
You want your horse to be unreal, like the one they have in the mainland China? Buy my shampoo for your horse. It will make it amazing.